his Three Kings at a casino poker game. I laughed as I rated his chips, and I said, I almost did. Twice. And I told him the story. In the spring of 1993, my wife and I joined a group of about 100 volunteers. We met at Channel 5 Phoenix TV studio to help judge the show, America's Funniest Home Videos. We sat in metal folding chairs, high atop a makeshift plywood platform that had been built just that day to accommodate the audience. The announcer said that later we would be linked up with audiences in 3 other cities across this great nation using satellite. Whoa. And it was so expensive. Well, time dragged. I twiddled my thumbs. I fidgeted. I squirmed in my seat. And then I almost died. The rear legs of my chair slid off the platform. I lurched backwards, dislodged the steel handrail, and plummeted to the concrete floor about 5 feet below. Now it was a short flight. I only had time to utter one oath. I heard the ringing noise of that steel hitting the floor, and I thought to myself, my life will not end with a whimper, but a twang. I landed flat on my back, still seated in the chair. I was stunned. I hurt all over. I looked up and saw my wife. She was looking down at me with grave concern. Bad word. At that instant in time, my mind flashed back to 1943, the occasion of my 16th birthday. On that day, with 2 friends, I went for a bike ride, leaving from my hometown, Hoboken, New Jersey. We found ourselves in Staten Island, where we frolicked on the beach. Later that afternoon, we returned to Manhattan, and I rode with them on bikes all the way up Broadway, from Battery Park to Times Square, sometimes hitching rides on the backs of buses, avoiding taxicabs and pedestrians. Later, we managed to get over to the Hudson River. We took a ferry boat back to Sinatra Land. There, my friends took me to a pizza dinner. Well, it was dark when we finally left for home. I was pedaling madly as I entered an intersection when the Grim Reaper gave me the finger. Bang! I collided with a vehicle and found myself looking up at the stars. I began to flex all my moving parts, hoping to account for them all. And a little old Italian man came running out to the street, came down close to my face. I could smell the cigar smoke and the garlic. Jesus Christ, kid, are you okay? Well, that was enough incentive for me. I jumped to my feet and said, I'm perfectly fine. At that moment, the motorist who had skidded to a stop backed up, and in the process, ran over my bike and broke it into many parts. My bike, the love of my life, it had chrome-plated handlebars, little rubber handles, and rabbit tails, a swishy fox tail, white wall balloon tires, a bell, a horn, a speedometer. The motorist got out of the car, and I hurled every curse that I knew at him. Of course, I was only 16, my vocabulary was not that large. He ignored them all, threw me in the car, took me to the local hospital, and the doctor could find nothing wrong. He failed to discover my broken heart. I never owned another bike after that one night. Well, when that reverie passed, I came back to the present, and I began to do the same thing, moving all my joints. I had just about completed the inventory when my wife arrived at my side. "I'm all right," I said, assuring her. I started to sit up. "Don't move," she said. "You may be in shock." Well, you've been as married as long as many years as I have, you tend to obey it. So I remained prone. The expression, "the show must go on," is more true than trite. I heard the announcer say, pleadingly, to the audience members who had come down to see about my well-being, to return to their seats, reminding them that satellite was so expensive. Well, that remark upset me. So I cursed them silently. Now, at that age, my vocabulary was much expanded, and I did a much better job. Well, sure enough, in moments, an ambulance arrived. Paramedics hauled me aboard, took me to a local hospital, where a doctor gave me a cursory examination. With a bump here, and a bruise there, and a cut here, and a scratch there. "You're fine. Go home." So I walked in the house, the phone rang. I picked it up and said, "Hello, this is Joe." "Mr. Finnerty, I'm so relieved to hear your voice." It was a member of the TV station. She assured me that they would pay all my medical bills. Well, in about a month, my body had pretty much healed, but not so my mind. I kept asking myself, how is it possible for an overweight 65-year-old man to be able to perform that particular stunt unrehearsed without killing myself? I kept asking, why am I still alive? Well, in time, the reason appeared to me. Your life has been extended in order that you might become an instrument of world peace. No, that didn't seem to fit my persona. It was replaced by another one. God, in His wisdom, has decided that you need to eat more Oreo cookies. Now, I took that to heart. And I try to have a few every day. Don't fight your karma. I turned to the sore loser player and said, "So, what have you learned from my experiences?" He said 3 things. 1, never play bumper tag with a moving car. 2, never bungee jump backwards without being tethered. And 3,